Okay, we're back with the 92 Hilux diesel. I fixed my speedometer in the last video. I replaced 2 capacitors on the board, and that did seem to fix the problem. But what I did was, when I pulled the speedometer out, I simply manipulated just by removing it and reinstalling it. There was a bad connection on here that I thought had fixed it, because it did work for a while when I replaced that capacitor and that capacitor. So I thought, but that definitely wasn't helping, having 2 blown out capacitors. So with 2 new capacitors, it worked shortly for a while, and then I quit working. So what I can show you, what I found, I took it apart again for about the 4th time now, is right in, I'll just point to it. 1 second here. Let me just pause this. Okay, so we're back again, right here. Now this isn't going to zoom in too good, so I'll just have to show you here. This pin is good. This pin has a very bad solder joint. Matter of fact, I measured it with the ohm meter. I followed it across to this pin where it goes over here. And if I put the ohm meter on this pin and this pin, at the base of it I get continuity, and at the top here I don't get any continuity. So and I can clearly see when I look at it closely. I wish my camera would zoom in better. All the solder's broken around the top of this this little part here. So I'm going to resolder that, and I think that's going to be my problem. I started out by resoldering every connection along the bottom of the board, but none of them looked bad. And then I had a closer look, and I noticed this one looked bad, and sure enough, it's not making connection. It's intermittent, and that explains my problem. So that's definitely it. So for anybody who's having an issue, this is the diesel version. I don't know if it makes any difference or not. On the back here, just so you can see what we're looking at, this is the bottom of the speedometer. There was this pin right here, the one that goes to the one. Let me just count the pins. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, yeah, 1, 2, 3. Goes to the 4th pin in along this row, this microchip in here. Okay, so that was it. I'm going to solder it in, and it'll fix the issue, I'm sure. Okay, so I soldered up the bad connection, and I'm just going to put it in here and have a look. What I did to be able to test this in the garage is run a hose off the tailpipe outside. Goes out the door. Got the rear end jacked up, and I've got 2 jack stands. 1 jack stand, the jack's on the diff, plus another jack stand. Tires are off the ground. So I can run the truck in the garage up to speed and see what the speedometer does. So let's just see here. It's just temporarily in place for now. Okay, we'll put her in 5th gear. And there we go. Everything seems to be working perfectly. So that was the bad solder joint. That was definitely it. For anybody else who's having that issue, I'll post this on with my other videos. So here's my speedo working like I talked about. In case you don't get your speedo working, there's a really cool app you can put on your phone. It's a GPS speedometer, and if you flip it to the heads up version, you can see in my dash there, it gives you the display on your windshield, which is pretty cool, because there's the phone and it's all upside down and backwards, and when you stick it there, all of a sudden, whoops, well, now that I picked it up, it gives you the correct display. And you shouldn't. That's pretty neat. So that says I'm doing 43. My speedometer says 45. So now it's 47. Speedometer says, oh yeah, about 47. So you can see that I'm pretty accurate compared to the GPS. And I really like this heads-up digital speedometer thing. It's pretty cool. Displayed in my windshield.